Joe, good morning. It's your boy Mike Nice the Barber, and we are out here again with the morning check-in, checking in on you. Make sure you check on me. That's how we tap in. That's how the brothers up north, all my brothers that's locked down, said we tap in. So I'm feeling good. Yo, I feel great. Hope everybody's feeling good. Turn this down a little bit. Man, we got something to talk about today. But first of all, I just want to say what's up and good morning to everybody. You know, still going, man, staying consistent, still going, not stopping. And we're going to keep going, man. We're not going to stop. Um, if you didn't start doing what you're supposed to do to get forward in life, you got to keep going. Don't stop. Just keep going. I'm here to remind you that you can do it. You're that close to doing it. And follow me, man. We doing it. Follow us, I should say, because there's a bunch of us that get on every morning. Between Monday and Friday, we always on. Between 8:30 and 9, we get on and we last about 10 o'clock, 10:30. Yo, family, what's up? And we keep going. So I feel good. I feel blessed to be able to do it. And yo, Rolls Royce, what's up? Yesterday was we was on 2 hours yesterday, man. We was on for a long time yesterday. It was good. It was real good. And we was talking about, Meek Mill and, people that are hypocrites when they say, do as I say, not as I do. We had some stuff to talk about with that, but I sent a video out to a few people. If you're not tuning in on Instagram, it's Mike Nice the Barber on Instagram. Actually, that you can see the fellas, but you'll be able to hear everybody. Everybody will be able to hear. But it was real good conversation, and it just goes to show you that we can have healthy debates and learn from each other. You know what I'm saying, and pick up all the jewels and stuff that we need, and you'll be able to see what somebody else's opinion is like. And when you get to hear not to see it, but to hear their opinion, you can kind of say, yo, you know what? He was right about that, or she was right about that, or they got a point. So it's just something to think about. So feeling good over here. Make sure you keep going. Don't stop, man. Whatever you got going on, keep going. Don't stop. Through the ups and downs, you can make it. Brief on grief. I'm waiting for a couple of people to tap in before we go on the subject, but I did send this video out, and the video was of a couple of black young men that robbed. They stole a car at gunpoint in someone's driveway, and yeah, definitely. So I want to talk about that. I definitely want to talk about that. But we can recap. We can recap from yesterday for a minute until we get started. Let Brother L on. Brief on grief. You can tap in too if you want. Whoever want. Oh, Royce, tap in, Royce, because you said you had something to say about yesterday, and we couldn't go. I didn't have any more time, so yeah, it's good, man. So I thank everybody for tapping in, man. It's good. L, good morning.
Morning.
What's good?
First and foremost, the brothers on lockdown don't say what you said, tap in, they check in.
Check in. I'm in check in. It's all good. That's how they check in.
You're gonna rep for the brothers and sisters behind the wall.
This how they check in. That's what you said, right? Hit the table.
Tap the table.
Right.
Everybody put you out here.
No doubt. That's what's up. So
yeah,
yesterday
I was checking the video out. Sorry. Crazy, like the whole family up in the car.
I kind of want to recap yesterday before we dive into it. Get a few more people on, because you was in the comments yesterday when you I don't know what happened. The signal went off or something like that.
No, so I had got a call I had to take, and then I had came back Those four people on, so I'll just listen. She all right.
Oh, yo, how's the trip, man? I see you in the hotel.
It's all right. Been all right so far. We didn't really do too much. The plane was delayed, so we got here like 2 hours late. What we did was check in the hotel and then went and had dinner in a little Italian restaurant. We got a full day today. I'm about to be downstairs in about a half an hour.
Yeah. It's all good. Feel good, brother. I feel good.
Yeah.
Definitely feeling like
she right. She kind of being resistant with going to the hospital. So
yeah.
Stuff like that is.
She gonna be good, man. She just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, what you doing?
I had to plug my charger up. I'm back. Oh. Top Royce, man.
What up?
Yo, Chris Young, good morning. Rolls Royce, what up?
Good morning. How's it going, bro?
Peace and love. You already know.
Good morning.
What's up, man?
All right, what's up?
Yeah, briefly, Mike, all I wanted to say yesterday, man, was, like a lot of times perspective is everything, man. And like, you and I, we grew up, 5 blocks away from each other?
Yeah, short blocks too.
Exactly. And the thing that I could say to you, man, is, like, you were talking about, people.
Al, turn your TV down.
Huh?
I saw Al turn his TV down.
Oh yeah, people getting the message. People, I think that like when I think about your situation, first thing, people don't get what it's like to have a functioning pops sitting there, So like he goes out every day, he goes to work, and he just comes home and he gets it done. It don't make sense to you that it can't get done. But I can tell you, like, there's a dude, and you know him very well. I'm gonna avoid mentioning who he is, but cat grew up on my street, and bro, most of our lives, Mike, this cat never had electricity, man. They never had electricity in their house, bro. And when I went into the army, just before I went in, the last time I seen him, he was just so he could eat, he was hustling. He was on Mary Boulevard selling. I don't know if you remember back then, you buy a nickel bag for like $5, you get 7 joints out of it. Mm-hmm. So people would buy it and make $2 profit off of it. That's how he was living himself. His brother was out doing some like a little tougher guy stuff, but dude was that's how he was surviving. I came back home no more than what it was, maybe between basic. I guess about 15 months later, dude had a Benz 190, man. And I say all of this to say to you that you couldn't convince this cat that your father's method would have worked. Couldn't have convinced him because his dad wasn't what his dad wasn't. I don't think I ever saw his mom's. I think that she wasn't around. I think his dad was an alcoholic, and so him and his brother stayed in the crib, and they just survived. They both became real street cats, and before long, they was 2 of the biggest cats in our neighborhood. Which, again, you probably guessing, you may not even guess who it is. But my point in saying all of this, man, is a functioning example in front of you makes it very, very easy to say, yeah, we can go this right path. And if not, bro, I can tell you this, I'm spending a length of my adult life finding my way back to proper behavior and peace because I didn't have that same example that you had. And the other thing I remember about your family, bro, is because I told you me and Boo was tight before me and you got tight. And so, I remember when Boo was going through his basketball stage and when Boo was going through, but you had Boo to look up to also, man. You know, and so all of the stuff that you did probably seemed easy and just made common sense for you to do. And that was what I had wanted to say yesterday when I was trying to really remember all that I had in my mind. That was what I had wanted to say in response to the Meek Mills thing. I think that without functioning examples in front of us, we all just doing guesswork, trying to find our way to goodness, bro.
Yep. Now I agree with that. And that's what I was telling Sean when Sean was on, and I was saying, Sean, it ain't confusing to you because you got your father. He had his father. When you got a good family background, just like you said, you have that the ignorant side of you isn't going to be so ignorant. Like you're going to know more things. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to not know. Ignorant is like pretty much like not knowing that you're doing something crazy. Sometimes you just don't know, right? But if somebody tells me one thing and I watch them do another, that's kind of confusing to me. So that's the point I was trying to make. Like a lot of cats already don't know what to do, so then you confusing them more by telling them this. And I rather a person that didn't make it, that's a bum on the street, like I said, tell me don't be like me, and leave it at that, as opposed to somebody say, well, don't do that, but I'm gonna go do this over here. So it's confusing to me. So I was trying to get that point across. That's all.
So I think you kind of saying the same thing. I was going to use like a homeless person or a drug addict. That's like a drug addict saying, "Yo, don't use drugs." Right? I think the person's character really has nothing to do with what they're telling you. It definitely influences it, but that's like you turn the corner, you walking down the street, and somebody tell you, "Yo, don't go down there, don't go down the street because whatever's going on." Now you can accept that, or you can look at the person, the parents, or what you know about that person, and devalue what they're telling you, and then you walk into a situation where because you didn't take heed to what that person said, right? Things coming from people who we respect and who are consistent does help you, or it makes it easier for you to receive that. However, somebody who may be like it's something that they're saying to you was hypocritical doesn't take away from the value of what they're telling you. And I think that making that decision, like we eat food, your body takes what it needs and discard what it doesn't. And to
Richard, good morning.
it can be confusing, but at the end of the day, if somebody is offering you something that's of value to you, their character shouldn't matter if you can benefit from it or if it saves your life.
Yeah, but then that goes into what I was saying. We older now, so we looking at it from an older person's standpoint. But when you're a kid, sometimes you can't differentiate. You like you said, if you go down that block, they tell you if Royce was when I was that kid and he was on the block and he's saying, "Yo, Mike, don't go down that block." I probably would listen to him because I had a foundation already. But if somebody didn't have a foundation, and they'll be like, "Well, Royce said don't go down there, but he going down there and he riding back with that 190. But it's dangerous down there. I might be able to do that too because I don't have nobody to answer to. I don't have nobody telling me that. So it's kind of confusing to me. So I'm saying for those people that are confused,
you can't expect a child or an adolescent to make an adult decision, right? Of course, we from life experience we have all of these experiences that we can draw off of, and it helps us to make decisions. However, a young person
Rich, what up?
Who hasn't lived, who hasn't had all of these experiences, that's a part of learning. That's a part of life. People make the wrong decisions, but it's still a choice, right? It's some people like bro said, like we don't grow up with the proper examples of like the proper
No.
role models, and we just trying to figure life out as we go.
Right.
Also, this is the thing too. To me, if you don't mind, like it's a little more complex. You see, if you're just saying a simple thing like don't do, that's one thing. But when you're telling me, and this is where I kind of feel Mikey on this one, right? Is you can't stand here with a pair of old shoes and ripped up pants telling me and giving me details on how to get rich. You kind of gotta have on something, or you gotta be doing something. So like, because I remember what Mikey used as an example yesterday was that he always had good sense. He always used to tell youngsters good things, but they didn't feel him till he came up with the 300 or what was it, 350?
300, not the 300. White Z with chrome wheels of white inside. It was like, and what are you doing?
That's when his word actually meant something. And I say this to you because those are the places where the Meek Mills are still necessary, because I think that Meek Mills is finding his way towards, and this is what the other brother was saying yesterday. Cats they on their mission still. They haven't gotten to the place of really being able to explain something. But you can't X him completely out of the picture, because the youngsters are going to see him in that car like you, Mike, and at least you could be like, yo, listen, if you take steps A through B, you could actually end up at D. And so I think it's kind of both. But for me, I'm like I said, you can't have on some dusty old shoes and try and be explaining to me
how to get rich.
How I'm gonna get rich.
Nah, you can't. I ain't gonna follow you. You
even if it's not Bill Gates, because that's how Bill Gates was. Jeff Bezos. So we look at these hood celebrities and people who have this outwit appearance of success by material things, right? And
right.
The car could be tagged, the clothes could be fake, the jewelry could be fake, but we don't know that because you believe that this person is successful. Right. So
it's the glitter.
But and so it's the appearance. It's the right. Like I get what you're saying. I'm not totally disagreeing. I just think that we people need to just get past the pay attention to the message. That's why I put in the chat yesterday that sometimes winos are smarter than us. Right now, you got a wino who he wants something to drink, and you walk up on him and you hand him a bottle of liquor. You think the wino gonna look at the label and like, nah, that ain't my brand? No, he worried about the content. He worried about what's in the bottle, not what's on the bottle. He worried about what you give him when he ingested, how that's gonna make him feel. And yeah, we look to people who we believe have achieved a certain level of success or gained certain things, material things, but does that really make them qualified to help guide you or give you advice? They might be.
But the majority of people think that.
A lot of people do. A lot of people.
The majority.
Do.
We in the minority.
You have to use your judgment. But as a young person, we live in a society where these things they're bombarded with all these images. I want a race. I want all these things, but somebody driving a Toyota can give me some advice. That
Absolutely.
This is the reason why people like you and Prince are important, bro. Is because y'all got both sides of this thing kind of covered, and so but of course, age and experience has taught you this, and this is the reason why. Like, if you look at the Meek Mills, he only got one side of it good right now, and so I'm really. Like, everything that everybody's saying here is perfect sense. I'm really just trying to connect with the story that was going on yesterday, because it was a slightly different, I don't want to say argument, but a slightly different discussion between everybody that was going on than it is this morning. So I completely agree with everything that you're saying, and so much so that some of my great lessons in life have come from, learning from mistakes. I don't want, like, seeing somebody who, like the drunk dude on the corner. That's the reason I don't get drunk.
Right.
Because I don't believe that I'm any better than him, and I believe that my outcome can be similar to his.
Yep.
If I don't learn that lesson from at least just seeing him laying there.
Yep. Yep.
You know, you couldn't convince me. Like I haven't had a drink since 1983. I haven't had weed since back then. I haven't smoked nothing. I don't know. And the main reasons I don't is because I was face to face with that stuff in a lot of different ways. And it was the outcomes that those individuals had that taught me I don't want that as an outcome one way or the other.
Yeah.
And bro, so now as a habit, I don't get high in any way. And I say all of this again. So I actually agree with you. I think yesterday's vibe was just different. Everybody kind of had a different vibe going and a different argument going. And so my response was more towards what was being talked about yesterday.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. But all right, did you see the video I sent to you on Instagram? Did you get a chance to look at it?
I haven't really been on it.
Okay, so I sent the video out to about 10 people. And it was these it was 3 or 4 young black men. They were like teenagers, early 20s, and he had the pistol out, and they carjacked this couple with their kids in the car. It was like a Hispanic couple or a white couple. I don't know what they was. They walked up on them. They had masks on. You knew it was black, And I think one had a pistol. I don't think the other ones had. And the father ducked down, the mother ducked down, and the guys walked over and they opened the doors and then snatched the 3 kids got out. You know what I'm saying? There was another woman inside. It was 4 of them in the back seat, and they took them out and they took the car. And what got me, first of all, I didn't like seeing that anyway. I'm like, damn, here we go again. That was what my caption was on when I tagged in the post. And then the comments, man, was like, the comments be everything, man. Somebody wrote, This is why I don't let black people live around. I don't live around black people. Black people stay around when stay with your own people. Don't come around white people. It was those comments, and I'm like, why does every time something negative that somebody black does, that I feel like I'm guilty by association? Why do I have to be guilty? Like, why is that? That's one of the questions that I have. And I answered a comment and I said, I understand why they're doing it, but then I don't understand why at the same time. Because I know both sides of it. I know people are poverty stricken. I know that they'll go by any means to get what they want. And they won't go to school, or they won't go get a job, or the job is just like a Wendy's job. No disrespect to any fast food, but it's not a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? For a 35-year-old person, a 40-year-old person to live off of, to have, to buy cars and nice houses and things that you really dream of. That you're not going to be able to do that working at Wendy's. So I understand, but I don't understand. And that just ain't my life. But I just don't like how we have to be like the good ones have to be, or people that don't live a life of crime have to be guilty of this. And I just don't like it. I don't like the way it made me feel. And I wanted everybody to see it so we could talk about it. But that's pretty much what happened. So I can't show the video. If I could show the video, I would.
First of all, never measure your self-worth with someone else's ignorance. Right? Because you can easily do the back and forth race thing with, because I'm watching the news, and the little white dude that I think he gets sentenced today, that shot up the I don't know if it was a parade. We killed 7 people and shot up a whole bunch of other people. So you can easily respond to that person like, I don't want to be around white people, right? These mass shooters running up, and you understand what I'm saying? Like that's that person's own ignorance. They've been brainwashed into seeing handful of black kids do something,
Right.
and they paint the whole everybody else with it, right?
Yo.
At the end of the day, you see more of that because that's the narrative they want to paint. But if you go whoever that person was and you research crimes by race, um, we don't commit the majority of the crimes in America. Black people, black men in particular, don't commit the majority robbery. Categorically, we do not commit most of the crimes that take place. That's first and foremost. It's unfortunate, you know. I think it was probably, poverty could be, and just a level of ignorance. Like again, young people doing young stuff that young people do, making bad decisions, right? They're like these microsecond decisions or behaviors that can cost decades of your life.
Yeah.
But it also has repercussions because it has consequences because a lot of times you harm an innocent person.
Right.
Right? Like I looked at that and I was upset by what I saw, but I didn't, and having been to prison, I didn't like see any fault myself in what they were doing.
Yeah, I don't see fault in myself. I just say the way people look at it, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a person that feels like what other people say makes me feel a way or dictates who I am. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just looking in the comments. That's what's kind of set me off. Just at first, when I first saw it, I was like, damn, here we go again. Right. And then when I saw it, this is why black people don't need to be around white people. That's the part. That's the part that, not that I have to be. I don't have to be around white people. I've been living around black people my whole life. So I'm fine with that. But I'm just saying, for people to just be saying stuff like that, like all black people are messed up like that, that's crazy, man. That's just crazy.
No, I mean, but at the end of the day, historically, white people have been the biggest threat to black people anyway. Like they've been our number one murderers and rapists, and you understand what I'm saying. So that's why, like, that person, that ignorant person who clearly don't know who they are, where they come from,
right,
can make a statement like that.
Right.
Look, you understand what I'm saying? If that was the case. So, and I'll just, it was something I was looking at, and talking about, like black on black crime, and then gentrification. Yeah. You know that a white person is safer around a black person than they are around other white people. By looking at statistics in crime, because they know that if there's a group of so for instance, I'm from Brownsville. Then we had white families sprinkled here and there, right? I don't ever remember them being a victim of any crime. Nobody robbing them, and nobody even, saying any get out of here, cracker.
Yeah, we're accepting of
exactly,
of everything.
Exactly. But you move into a white neighborhood and you see what happens when your kids go to school and them little young kids calling your son or your daughter nigga, or you understand what I'm saying? So
yeah, Royce, what you got, Royce?
I think that when you think of just in a broad way, what's the answer to this whole issue? I think everybody wants everything cleaned up. I think in a true way, everybody wants everything cleaned up. I think that nobody just wants to sacrifice and be fair and give up what they got to give up. I think that, like, the first thing, I'm Muslim. So one of the this is the law of Sharia, is that it's considered a sin to go to sleep with a full stomach if you don't know for a fact that in families in 40 families in different directions from your home have eaten that night. That's considered sin. And I say this to you because when you really care if your brother has eaten, then your brother will Morning.
Morning. Mute real quick. It's loud. It's loud.
Huh?
I told Prince's background was loud.
No. If we had a society that had an interest in other people's situations,
yeah, it does, Chris.
Things would be different. But see, nobody wants to, like, all of these people that have advanced through the ideas of slavery and all of the things that they've advanced through all of the, just the idea right now that Walmart is slavery, bro. You got a cashier that, what is she getting, $8, $10, $12 an hour, but she's literally in charge of what, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. So she's making $4,000 an hour for Walmart.
Yeah.
And they only give her $8. That's not even fair, even close to fair. And that's just good business in America, bro. And I could go on and on with all of the injustices that make it make sense to them young boys to go out here and you figure with 10 minutes and they get away clean, or they could make a week's pay for all four of them, or they could go work at Walmart. And they don't have many other choices when you start weighing the real choices here, or choices that make sense to your soul. Like, again, what sense does it make to clean the grease vats at Mickey D's and still never make ends meet? And I'm only saying all of this to you because, in fairness, if I use the term white America, but it's deeper than than just white America.
Right.
If the haves wanted things clean, all they have to do is be fair and give something back to the have-nots, and all of that stuff will end. It ain't like these people pick crime over a just living, and a fair living.
Right. And that's why I say I understand, but I don't understand. That's where I get that from. Prince, what's up? What you got?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing this morning?
Good. All right.
Yo, you listening, Prince? Take care, bro.
What's going on,
Real
fellas?
love. What's up? What's good? You saw the video I sent you, right?
Yeah, so I watched the video. It was damning. It was very disturbing to watch. One thing I noticed about the video, that's the reason why it's getting all the attention, is because who they did it to, right?
Yeah.
Who were the victims in this situation? It was two little white kids. There was a white family, probably headed to a graduation, in case may be. But I tell you all the time, and I told Elle, when you go to Chicago, to make sure that you fill up, that your car's filled up at the airport, that you don't go to certain gas stations, because carjacking is normal in Chicago, and you will not see these videos hardly anywhere else. And they are carjacking black people. They are carjacking anybody to get a car, just to get, because what happens is, and I learned this from some of the locals, is they carjack and they go do a robbery with a car and they get rid of the car. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to get the exposure because of who they did it to and how they did it. That's why it's becoming this big story around the country right now. But this been happening, which is good, is getting exposure. But the problem is systemic. It's not just carjacking. It's like, what leads these kids, because they was young, you could tell, and we talked about this yesterday, what leads these kids to make these tough choices and not worry about the consequences? Some of them rather be in prison than be on the street.
Well, that and you're right? That happens to all of us, right? It doesn't matter what color you are. But what got me was the comments when they were saying that's why black people shouldn't live around white people. And that's what struck a nerve for me. Like, why you said that's just dumb. Like, what are you talking about? All black people not like that. But it's this.
It ain't. Listen, I don't have a problem living around anybody, but personally, I'd rather live where I live, around nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you create your own space, you create your own environment. Like, people gonna be people, and like Elle was just saying, most crimes are committed against each other from people who look like each other. So blacks kill blacks, which is unfortunate. Asians kill Asians, Jews kill Jews, and so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? That's just how life works, man.
Here we go.
And people are more comfortable.
Number one stunner.
Each other, their own race.
Number one stunner. Here we go.
I'm gonna hit y'all later.
All right, yo.
I gotta break out.
All right, yo. Keep stunting, B. Do your thing, yo. Out there. Represent.
I'm about to go inside the Capitol, man. I'll speak to y'all later too.
All right.
Later.
yeah, man. So everybody has different opinions on this, right? And I definitely want y'all to tap in. But that just got me. That struck a nerve. That video, I sent it to all y'all. It's on my post. I posted it, a reel, and reposted it actually. And it just was like, I'm not trying to say like, yo, can we all just get along? I'm not saying that. So please don't think that. But I'm just saying, it's a lot of layers to it. You know, like why are we doing it? But it's just like Royce was saying, people are poverty stricken. We know that. And you're gonna have to get it how you can, the fastest way you can. And the fastest way you can is with that pistol. You know, everything stops and everybody stops and they go get it. It's not the right way though of people doing it, but it's not the right way. It's illegal. So that's what makes it not the right way. But to some people are gonna say it is the right way. And if I can't get it, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take what's mine. I'm gonna take what I want. You can say, oh, I gotta take. Yeah, I gotta go. My fault. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, yo, I'm out of here. I gotta go, man. I forgot, man. I gotta take my daughter to swim. She got swim camp, so I'll be back, man. We're gonna recap later.